orders for the expenditures. I don't know what you guys did.
Is there a copy for Jessica? John, do you have a... Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Lebanon Board of Park Commissioners. I'd like to call the meeting to order. And before we do the roll call, I'd like to welcome our newest member to the Park Board, Jessica Lawler. Welcome, Jessica. We're so glad to have you on the Park Board.
Thank you.
Okay, as far as roll call, let the record show that all members are present. Now, if everyone has had a chance to review the minutes from the January 2nd meeting, I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. Old business to come before the board. John, would you like to give us an update on the splash pad?
Yes, I sure will. Let me see where I've got that. I'm sorry. Welcome, Jessica, to the Park Board. There you go. Great addition. Old Mike, we'll miss Mike, but hopefully you can fill his shoes. No problem. There you go. No, he helped us with a lot of things, and we do miss Mike, but we welcome you and look forward to you helping us progress the park system. There again, 8 parks, 12 miles, 14 miles of bike pedestrian path, and on and on. Anyway, yes, update on the splash pad. We have another construction meeting tomorrow. Obviously, with the weather, we had some issues that set us back with the cold temperatures last week. However, they did deliver the vortex equipment that came in on the coldest day of the year. I think it was -10. And I think I showed a few pictures. They brought all the equipment on a flatbed truck, which was very interesting to get it unloaded. Luckily, we had a big fork truck that was on steroids to get it off of there. Hauled off some of the equipment. The last one, we had to use our trash barrels to set it on, and the truck could not get up the entrance into the park. They couldn't get that big trailer up in there, so we had to unload it off of Southeast Street to get it there. However, now we have the tank, which is going to be the recycling tank. It will be buried. Construction should start very soon as far as digging, as soon as it dries out, now that we have this monsoon going on. So it's some cold weather, a monsoon season. As soon as it dries out a little bit, we'll start digging dirt, or the construction company will start moving the dirt, dig the hole, and the plumbing fixtures and all that are starting to come in, quite a bit of it, which are the most important parts that are going in the pump house, which is the old well house that the utilities has let us use. It will be going in soon, as soon as we get the hole dug and start running the pipes. There again, our schedule was to be the 1st of May. I think it's pushed back all the way to the end of May, trying to get it open before Memorial Day. And that's still the goal. We'll have an update tomorrow on the construction meeting. We have one every 2 weeks, and that's where we are on that. But all the fixtures, we had a little problem with Vortex not getting state approval for the design, and rushed it through, got it through in less than 1 day, which normally those are anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks. They got it through in the afternoon, which helped speed up the process, but it's still, we are running a little bit behind as of now. As soon as I get an updated schedule, I will pass it on to everyone.
Okay, thank you, John. Does anybody have any questions? And I believe the construction meeting is Friday.
Oh, what is today? Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
You're right. It's Friday at 11 o'clock. There you go. Sorry. It's been a long week already.
Okay, now, would you like to give an update on the dog park?
Yeah, the dog park, again, with the weather that we've had, and needless to say, it is underwater, part of the dog park. That's some of the things that we have to do. As soon as it dries out, we will be putting in the tile ourselves and running that water out of there. Something that we're going to have to address, along with the splash pad, are entrances into these, getting better access to both facilities. Right now we have grindings. That's what they take up off the old roads. They grind it up. We've laid that down as a road, kind of makeshift road into the Conservation Club, but we really need to look at putting a solid road to get back to that parking lot back at the Conservation Club. There again, we have the water run to it. We're getting the electric. It should be done as soon as it dries out. That's the other part of it. The fence will go up when it gets dried out. We kind of want it to dry out. Excuse me. We want that to dry out so we can actually level out the areas that are underwater right now. Excuse me. The KV-69 has come in. They put their towers up and left a huge mess. They've cleaned it up as best they could, but with the weather conditions, they couldn't clean it up and grade it the proper way. So we'll have to come in and grade it, seed it, sod it, you know, whatever. Then we'll put the fencing up, and there again, we're looking at opening up that hopefully the 1st of May. You know, we got some pretty dog tags in that we're kind of going through that. We will have licensing for all dogs in the city of Lebanon for a free, it will be a no cost. That is not available yet, but we're kind of going through the design phase on that. And then we also are looking at the security system, that is the key fob to get into the gates, and we pretty well got that ironed out. So the electricity will be run, all of this, depending on weather. It's just nasty out. Ground was frozen, now it's thawed, but it's muddy mess. So it's all depending on weather. So as soon as we get the weather straightened out, we're ready to go. I hope that helps.
Okay, any questions on the dog park? Okay, next, maintenance barn update. They
Okay.
did open the bids at the Board of Works meeting last Monday.
2 weeks ago. Not this Monday, the Monday prior. We had submitted or put out for bids. The bids came in, opened by the Board of Works on that Monday. We had 2 bids out of, I think we had 5 or 6 contractors pick up prints, which they had to pay a fee for that. Only 2 submitted bids. We had Wilhelm that came in at $960,000, and Monroe Construction came in at $493 or $493,000. We were hoping it to come in under $200,000. So Houston, we have a problem. Needless to say, the attorneys took it and the Board of Works took it under advisement. My recommendation is that we do not accept either of those bids and we go back to the drawing board. It's just, it kind of took me off my seat. Lori, you were there too. I think you fell out of your chair. We weren't anticipating those. It's a restroom that is going down for you, Jessica. The restroom, we're going to demolish the one down by the baseball diamond in Memorial Park, and it's just an addition onto the barns in the maintenance area. And just dumbfounded at the price. We had built, what was it, Lori, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 2 restrooms, and very similar. We added just a couple of things to them, but those came in at $150,000 for 2 of them. So you can imagine my dismay to see 496 is the lowest bid on that.
Did the same company?
No, Brandt and R.L. Turner did not submit bids. Brandenburg, I think, was another one that was going to pick up prints and actually came out and looked at it several times. Did not choose to put a bid. They were sealed bids, opened at the Board of Works. There again, we're looking at different options. I spoke with our council liaison, Keith Campbell, today about it. So we're looking at a couple different options to go. Spoke with the mayor also today regarding what direction. Obviously, we aren't going to go with those bids. It's a restroom. Yeah, it's just unbelievable. And they weren't, there isn't anything fancy. We put a little heat in it because we were going to open this 7 days a week all through the winter. Yeah, so we could keep a restroom open for the walkers during the winter. There again, it is what it is. I know construction's going great guns, and back in '09, the economy was a little different at the time. $200,000, $300,000 worth, though, is just incredible to me. So we might be looking at doing quite a bit of this work ourselves to not only save costs, but do it. And the only thing is timing on everything. Unfortunately, we're getting ready to go in the spring, believe it or not, with this weather in the next couple of months, and we can't afford to have a restroom down during the 4th of July. So everything kind of is centered around the 4th of July and all our events. We have several new events and quite a few things going on at the park all season long. So we'll figure that out, and I'll hope to report on something in next month's meeting on what direction we'll go from there.
Okay. Thank you, John. Does anybody have any questions in regards to the maintenance barn update? Hopefully we'll come up with a plan here. There was such a large discrepancy in the two bids also, which was a little disturbing. So any new business to come before the park board this evening? Hearing none, we'll go on to the director's report.
Okay, we have Lebanon Youth Soccer Association is currently holding sign-ups and will be until March 1st. You can visit www.lebanonyouthsoccer.com to sign up. We put that on our marquee out in front of the park on 39 there at Memorial. Great group. It's going to be held at our fairly newly acquired Reese Park. We're looking at parking issues out there. We'll be parking in the grass, I think, again this spring. Hopefully this fall we can look at some kind of parking area there again. We are currently demolishing the Conservation Club. That's in its last phase, and things are moving along very nicely. And the company that's doing that's done a nice job, I might add, and wrapping it up. And that was donated work, by the way. Can't thank him enough for doing that. Our Daddy-Daughter Dance will be held on April 13th this year, and tickets will be on sale March 1st. We're hoping for a good turnout this year. And the theme is Beauty and the Beast, and we are actually going to have a Beauty and a Beast, so it's going to be neat. Someone from the high school stepped up and looking really, yeah, I'm not the Beast. Don't be looking at that. Yeah, there you go. Now, that's costume, so there you go. Allison's doing a great job with adding.
I'm being a beauty, right?
Yeah, the beauty. John will be the beauty. Adding to these events, and she's put her touch on it, and we had a great turnout last year and don't expect anything differently this year. There again, tickets go on sale. We got to hold them off until March, so that'll be nice. Also taking applications for 2019 summer season. We have lifeguard, concession stand, and seasonal maintenance positions available. Anyone interested that is 15 years and older, please apply at our parks office. Obviously, to be a lifeguard, you'll need your certification, and we are working with a gentleman that is going to be able to do the certifications and recertifications at our Lebanon Park pool. The relationship we have with the Lebanon High School is great. They use our baseball diamond at Memorial Park. We get to use the park pool, and we have somebody that is going to be quite a bit less expensive than Zionsville, Carmel, some of the places they've been going. This boy started out a lifeguard 15 years ago. He's a teacher at the high school, and really thrilled to have him on board with us. And it's going to save, and also these kids' schedules are crazy busy with everything. So it is going to be nice to have a little flexibility there, and really happy about that. He's been doing Mooresville's certifications for some time. They have quite a few staff too. I think they hire about 20, 25, something like that. So he wasn't scared at all when we told him we'd probably throw 20 people at him for this spring. Looking forward to that. He's also going to help us this summer with in-service And that's something that I think we just can't be safe enough and do enough training with the lifeguards. He is not really familiar with our wave pool. They don't have that in Mooresville. Nobody does. Thank you very much. I think we are unique. You have to go to Holiday World or up to Marion, so we do have something unique. But he's going to help us out with just plans. We have quite a few safety measures in place, but he's going to help us and see if we need to tweak anything. I think Nick Dunn from the fire department has done that in the past. He took a position in Texas. I think he's down there now with his family. And anyway, we have somebody else to fill that void. We also have started Lori Frost. She helped us out managing the pool last year. She's taken on a part-time position in the office, helping out with interviewing and also a lot of the safety and taking a lot of the load off of everyone as far as the running of the pool. She will be going for her certified pool operator license. Currently myself, the superintendent Todd Jensen, and the pool maintenance manager Cole Henry have their current CPO license and take care of all the pumps and maintenance needs. But it's nice to have Lori on board and an adult around at all times for these lifeguards. That way, I think that was something that we didn't have for 3 or 4 years. It worked out very well last year, and we're going to go forward with it again this year. Let me see what else. We're also the bids are open. We had a meeting yesterday regarding security for the dog park. The security pros will be getting cameras installed, along with assisting the girls with the database system for the access to the park. Also, we have installed 2 cameras. The maintenance guys got those finishing it up today, putting 2 big monitors inside the office. The current system that we had to look at our security cameras, you'd have to punch in and get on the computers to do it. Now it'll be 24/7 right on the back wall and the front wall, so there will be visuals. A lot of these, I'm just concerned with the splash pad and some of the carryings on that happen throughout our parks. We don't always catch it. We're always behind. This might alert us to right away on a lot of those things. I see it in a lot, and we probably have the most security cameras other than the sheriff's department that I know of. Maybe the police, but it's really good to have security cameras, and they've helped us a lot on finding out some of the damage and vandalism that's happened.
I have a question for you. With
Yes.
the cameras, how far back does the camera store the film?
It's 30 days now. It was 10 at one point in time, but we've updated our database I don't know any of that stuff. DVRs, whatever, yeah, the big power bases, whatever. IT takes care of it. We're up to 30 days now, and it's good. And we've had to use it. We had several things happen this winter. Somebody drove on our baseball field. They opened the gates, drove out, shut the gates when they were done. It was, but they drove on the baseball field. Football field's been driven on too. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't know that they were trying to vandalize, but I don't understand why they were doing it. There again, it was during the snows, but yeah, they left tracks. There again, I think I updated most of you on the Christmas lights. Sat down with Brian Benton yesterday. He was willing to come, and I said there would be no need. I would update you. He's had 2 meetings. The first meeting, he had 2 people show up to the meeting. The second meeting, no one showed up. I did talk to a couple people. They said they weren't aware there was a second meeting. Didn't get an email back, and I'll address that. But we were looking at a Facebook to start something up on Facebook to try and help out a little bit of. But I tell you, we've run into the same thing after Christmas. Everybody's on to, hey, spring's coming and this and that. So it's kind of difficult. And he was pretty aggressive anyway with $150,000. I think we all knew that's pretty aggressive. But more power to him. He hadn't given up yet. Volunteers are pretty tough to come by. Also, this morning I was asked to speak for the 8th graders. Mrs. Schultz has a great program going on at the middle school. I think she was teacher, Diane, teacher of the year last year, wasn't it? And she's got a great program going on. It's a learning program. It's also a service learning program. I got to speak there. Got a lot of great ideas from, I think my biggest complaint I hear is I have nothing for my teenagers to do, which I would like to, I put them to work when they tell me they have nothing to do, just saying around the house. However, I just tried to enlighten them to tell them we have horseshoes. Maybe they don't like that, but we have disc golf, we have tennis courts, we have basketball courts. What would you want to see? We have a sledding hill, we have youth football, we have youth soccer, we have softball. I mean, we have quite a bit of things that we do offer them. And I said, okay, what would you like to hear? And I think there was one out of the 28 that said they'd like a skate park. I heard some very aggressive, big ideas. I think were great, where they were zip lining across the pool or zip lining. We talked about cornhole, how we could, and I said, here's the frustration with that. Those things will get legs and walk off, unfortunately. And if you make them out of wood, the kids with their bikes will peg them and put holes in them. We had that with our skate park that we tried before I was in 12 years ago, I think it was. They got torn up. But it was good to hear them talked about expansion of the pool. That was something. They wanted a rectangular pool with a diving well. Then I showed them the Flow Rider, which is a surfboard type of thing they have in Carmel. I guess they have it on cruise ships. And they changed their mind. They'd rather have that than, and just telling them different ideas that we've discussed where we do need to start looking at an expansion for the pool. And that's, your, I think, action river rather than a lazy river. They'd want something a little more action. There again, I do think the parks offer a lot of things. We have trails that they can go all the way to Thorntown, all throughout the city on their bicycles or walking or running. They said dodgeball, they said laser tag, LARPing. We do have LARPing at the park, so I can get them involved with LARPing. Live action role playing. Have you seen the guys with all this duct tape and all this?
I know what it is.
Yeah, they have, I think, probably about 60 following in them on Saturdays. You might have seen them out there. They're pretty serious. One of the kids in the class, I think their parent makes, what did he say, swords for them or outfits, and it's like, cool. That's I think it's neat to watch. I think it's funny. There's a movie about it too, by the way. Other than that, no, we're staying busy, done some remodeling. You probably saw it in your claims where we put some flooring in, did some upgrades to the shop. That will not have any effect on the construction that we will be doing down at the maintenance barns. We also removed quite a bit of snow, and John, your snow removal, I think you gave us a thumbs up on what we did downtown. I think we did pretty good.
You kind of beat me to it. I was going to congratulate all of you guys. I mean, it was an awesome job.
Yeah.
I've done it for 27 years, and I mean, they just were so precise. Everything was taken off, even around the walkways, around the so people call it the hot tubs.
Yeah, the hot tubs, yeah. That'll be our flower beds coming up this summer. That'll be interesting.
I mean, there was no snow around those whatsoever, and I commend everybody because I know what it's like at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Out there working, out there shoveling, and trying to get everything done before a certain time, and then it starts snowing again, and then you got to do it over in an hour, and so. No, the guys did an awesome job. I would commend every one of them.
I think Jessica's husband will attest too that he probably used to love snow, and he's in charge of Westfield there, and he hates it now, doesn't he? Yeah, makes you want to hate it. Yeah, because we don't get snow days. Yeah, that's the unfortunate, and it never fails. It's on a weekend or a middle of the night. The guys are outstanding, had everybody coming in. I think they're doing a fantastic job, and our bike pedestrian trail that we have going down East Street.
Yeah. I noticed that as well. That was really good.
We had a few customers, a few residents along Northeast Street that called in and thanked us for doing it. And the people across the street are saying, "Why aren't you doing ours?" Yeah.
Well, it was done very timely.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah, we take pride. If you've ever noticed at Memorial Park when we were just doing that, always took pride in, hey, let's be the driest out there, which it's hard to beat John and some of these guys that are really good at it and been doing it for 20 years, but they do take pride, and they busted their tails, and I can't thank them enough. We have a very good crew. We did lose a member today. He transferred over to the street department. Bill Summers did an outstanding job for us. He just wanted to change the scenery, no hard feelings. The city's got a great employee there, so I'm happy that the city kept him employed. Updating you on our, instead of hiring one more employee, we'll be hiring 2 now, which we have, we're down to 5 candidates. We're doing the second interviews now, and we'll have 2 selected by next week. Probably had 20 applicants turn in. Unfortunately, we couldn't interview them all. We interviewed quite a few of them, and those that were qualified for the positions. And again, very fortunate to have the little pool that we have. Looking forward to this coming. You'd think it's spring already. I tell you, with the snow and you're out all night, and yeah, it's amazing how busy we are. Vincennes, we've taken care of it, done very well. A lot of the guys are going through testing at State Chemist Office. We have several, like I said, Lori's taken her certified pool operator. We have also certified playground inspection. You have to be certified in that too. I think the school hires their out and has somebody come in, but we look at it once a month and take notes, try and stay up on that. And that is not an easy test either, so I don't blame him for not wanting. I got my license, and it's a toughest test I've taken. Everything else seems to be going well. I'm sure I'll think of 50 other things after this, but
John,
yes.
on the hiring of the 2 people, does that include the person for downtown, or is that?
Yes, that was the original plan. Was we were getting 1 more employee for this year, and that was for the person taking care of downtown. We did not have any success of hiring somebody just for the weekends and working a few days during the week. We're still in the process of working that out of how we're going to operate that. But it is a 7-day-a-week job downtown of keeping the flowers watered. All those big hot tubs, you call them, are flower pots. It's going to be, yeah, they are huge, and there's going to be a lot of plant material to be going in there. Hopefully the Parks Department will be.
What person, do you have an individual?
No, I don't, and I am looking for a part-time. We used to have, we had a great employee in Teresa Fisher that took care of it for many years till, you know, anyway, she isn't doing that anymore. She on her own. It's not anything, yeah, I think everybody's knees kind of get burnt out and backs. I'm not saying that's what happened, but as far as that, she was doing it. Then I had, after that, there was another intern that I had from Ball State that was going into landscape architecture, and I haven't heard back from him. Weston did a great job for us, but we are looking for an intern or somebody. We've reached out to Purdue, Ball State, well, several in the colleges for interns to do something to that direction. But if I could find someone that likes to work out in the yard, that is physically fit enough to operate some equipment, water flowers, I would love that person to apply. Seasonal job, but yeah, that was, Teresa did an outstanding job. She worked for us part-time during the summer. I think she takes off to Florida in the winter, and I'd love a person like that if we could find someone.
I just was thinking, when you know, you need somebody who knows what kind of plants to put in there to get the most benefit out of them.
Oh, I agree. And
I know
that
I was
Becky's, she's always helped us out quite a bit, and she tells us you're watering them too much, or, yeah, I mean, she's honest, trust me, and that's where Weston learned a lot. He could go through all the schooling he wanted to, but she's on it, and she'll drive through a lot of her plant materials. We use her plants, and she helped Weston and all of us by how we placed it and everything else. A lot of those arrangements were her. Before that, it was Linda Jones. She helped us out. Linda did a great job too, and we kind of switch off and on and bid it out or what have you. And but Becca's did it last year, Becky's did a great job of helping us
I
out.
don't know whether you've ever seen the huge planters in Columbus, Indiana. But
Oh, yeah.
those are just amazing.
Yeah, Bloomington's are beautiful. We've looked at a lot of them. Westfield has some nice
Franklin
ones
has
too.
pretty
Franklin
nice.
is another one. Kokomo, have you seen Kokomos? And up north, I've going through there, a lot of beauties. There again, starting also our bike pedestrian, and all the work is going to go on Main Street. That's going to start happening real soon now. You'll see road closures there, and just stay tuned to the Heart of Lebanon or City of Lebanon page, and they'll keep you updated there. But that will be another bike pedestrian that the parks will take care of as soon as it gets completed. But that will tie us in from Colfax all the way through town. The next bit that we'll be working on is connecting the two parks together. We already have quite a bit of it going down East Street, northeast. We'll tie in the rest of it, and we've got a little plan to go and looking at a couple properties that we might be able to attach it to Abner Longley. Real excited about that. I think there's offers on the table, and we'll see where that goes.
Very good. Busy as usual. Okay, if everyone's had an opportunity to take a look at the claims, I'd entertain a motion to approve the claims.
I make a motion, we pay the claims.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. There's no other business to come before the board. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you.